Which parent doesn't want a positive, happy, mutually respectful relationship with their child? When I think of these ideas, a powerful story comes to mind. There was a parent who had an amazing relationship with their child, and they wanted for it to continue. As the child became older, an adolescent, the parents told their child, their son, I just want you to know that I care and love you no matter what. And I know you're growing. I know you're becoming a young adult. And I know you're trying new things and becoming more independent. I just want you to know, no matter what, no matter where, no matter what time, you call me and I will be there for you. I won't judge you. I won't reprimand you. I won't get angry. I promise. Just know that I'm here for you and I care about you no matter what. Turns out there was a situation not too long after where the child really, a young adolescent, really showed the trust in his parent. He was out very late. I believe it was past 12 a.m. and parents were sleeping. And the child calls his father about 2 a.m. The child was not home at his friend's house. The child was drunk. The child calls his father, Dad, come please pick me up. He said, Yes, son, where are you? He gave him the address. He came home. They went to bed. There was no conversation. There was no lecture involved. There was no teaching and reprimanding. He accepted his son. The son fell asleep in his house. And the next day, they dealt with the matter with respect. This is a powerful story which shows us a positive relationship between parent and child, and trust and respect as well. I'm happy to share with you 5 key principles to thriving relationships between parents and their children. This is based on research that was conducted by Search Institute in Minneapolis. And they asked 3-year-olds until 13-year-olds, different age groups, they asked them, what does a positive relationship look like? How can a parent influence you the best? And they gave their own opinions. And these are the 5 key principles. Principle number 1, express care. Share that you like me and that you want the best for me. Sometimes as parents, we may just feel like we need to fix our child up. Everything they do needs fixing, and there's constant criticism going on. And we want to remember, as Sarah Radcliffe teaches us, Sarah Hannah Radcliffe, criticism is every 8 or 9 positive interactions, which means a compliment, a smile, a hug, a kiss, approval. After every 8 or 9 of those gestures, it increases when the child is an adolescent. That gives a way for 1 criticism. So that's a lot of positivity there. And I'm going to share with you a practical tip on how to do that at the end of this video. Expressing care is listening without judging or interrupting. As parents, we just want the children sometimes just to say exactly what we need to hear, and we want to just change their minds. We want to make sure we direct their thoughts to what we want them to think, and we need to understand we want to pay attention to them whenever we are around them. We don't need to agree with everything that they say, but they need to be free to express themselves. Invest your time, commit time and energy to doing things for your child and with your child. That means spending quality time with them, doing things that they want to do. Even if you don't like playing video games, maybe you want to watch them play video games and make cool comments. Oh, you're so great, you're so amazing. Pick their character that they want to be when they race in their video games. We want to show that we like what they do and we approve of it, or that we're enjoying it. or we just love being around them. Showing interest in what they're doing is investing that quality time. Make it a priority to understand what the child cares about. If the child likes sports, if the child likes Rubik's Cubes, if the child likes to color or paint, or um, create things with their hands, we want to be the ones to show, I care about you. Maybe buy a book on origami if they like origami. I was thinking about you. Yes, they can go online, and yes, they could have someone show them the origami. But when you show that you care about what they care about and what's important to them is important to you, yes, as a parent, we also need to guide them. It's not whatever they want, but more than less, you want to show interest in whatever they're interested in. Be dependable. Be someone I can trust. That's what the child wants. I want to be able to trust you. If I need you at 2 a.m., if I need you for anything, if I need to tell you who's bothering me in school, if I need to tell you who wronged me, if I need to tell you how I messed up as a child, that's the kind of parent we want to go to, the one that we trust. That's what the children want. So express care is principle number 1. Principle number 2 is challenge growth. The child wants us to constantly and try to continuously improve them, try to show them ways on which they can improve. Now, this is constructive criticism, and also it's a tactic in which we can gently guide them on ways they can improve. Number 1 way is to inspire them, be a role model. Be a role model, help them to see future possibilities within themselves. Help them see what they can do. And please, please don't compare them to their friends, to their cousins, even to their siblings. Each child is unique. And I've spoken to adults in my life coaching where they still compare as adults to their own siblings. I mean, they're adults already, and it just, these thoughts are seeped into them since they were small. So we don't want to compare ourselves to our siblings. We don't want to as parents, compare our children to anyone. Make it clear to your children that you want them to live up to their potential. Believe in them. Recognize that their thoughts and abilities, what they are, and keep on pushing them. Hold them accountable for appropriate boundaries and rules. In other words, as a parent, if you set a certain boundary, if you set a certain rule, you must follow through. If you don't follow through once, they will know that, first of all, I don't have to respect adults, and second of all, my mother doesn't mean what she says, and that's it. It just starts with something small. Provide support. That's number 3. Key principle number 3. In other words, help me complete tasks and achieve my goals. That's what the child wants. Encourage the child, guide the child, model the child, and advocate for the child. By encouraging the child, we're constantly praising them for their efforts and their achievements. By guiding the child, we are providing assistance and feedback to help them learn. In other words, we're saying you did such a great job. I do it this way, this is how I do it, and this way they can learn without being criticized. Be an example of what you teach them. In other words, walk the walk and talk the talk. Practice what you preach. If the children see that all you are is making demands and you're not following through yourself, let's say it's controlling your emotions, and the child sees that you not even try, they really know when you try. They really see. When they see improvement, they know that you're trying and they're actually trusting you more. And you are inspiring them to be a role model because they know you in your most intimate way, in the privacy of your own home. The children know and see us. So we can talk from now until tomorrow on how to be a great kid and what to do and giving them the skills of life. But if we ourselves as parents don't embrace those principles, it's like talking to the wall. The biggest way you could influence your child is to be an example yourself. Advocate for your child. Stand up for your child. You always want to say, you are amazing. You are a good kid. I believe in you. You can do it. Even when they mess up, you did your best. You gave it your all. I know that if you tried harder, you would do a better job. I know that you will. Always look up to them. Give them that threshold that they will be inspired by, that they will hope to reach towards. Number 4, share power. In other words, give me an opportunity to make decisions. Ask me for advice. I want to have a voice in this relationship as a child. That's what the child wants. They want to be respected for their opinion. So, in order to get respect from our children, which is what parents mostly want, probably, we want to give them the respect. Even when they're being disrespectful, we don't want to take what they say personally, because they're only going through a stage. They're saying things they don't mean, and they know exactly what to say to push our buttons. They're acting the way we don't like, and we may take it seriously. That's a big mistake. You want to be, as a parent, a strong person, someone they could rely on. Once we take what they say seriously and we retaliate back and we answer back and we disrespect them back saying, I'm the parent, what happens is the child won. The child had affected us emotionally. Now the child is in control. The child knows exactly how to get you. We want to show our children as parents that we are stable and we are strong. And whatever they say and do, it doesn't reflect the parent that we are. So they're just going through a stage. We must understand that, especially as adolescents. And more so, of course, when they're so small, when they really aren't developed yet. So when you share your power, you're giving them a voice. You are collaborating. You're working with your child to accomplish goals and solve problems. As a parent, you may want to ask them for advice on how to solve a problem from work. Something's going on at work, or something's going on at home. You're having a problem. You don't know how to run your schedule today. You don't know what's better. Ask them what you should cook, and you're not sure what your cuisine should be for Shabbos or some kind of event. So they want to be heard. They want to be respected for their opinion. And the last key principle is expand possibilities. Give me new opportunities. You know, as parents, we may want our children to be a certain way. We hear of adults saying, my parents always wanted me to be an accountant, a pharmacist, a doctor, and a lawyer, and I always wanted to live up to their expectations, and even though I hated it, I wanted it. I just wanted to make them happy and proud. We hear of these stories. We may have been a victim of these stories ourselves. However, we must understand that as a child, the child wants to be a little bit open-minded, wants to try new things. We can't put our kids in a cookie cutter form where we're constantly telling them, this is how I want you to be. I want you to hang out with these type of friends. I want you to be this profession when you grow up. And maybe they will be, but at least you're giving them possibilities, new opportunities, and ways of new experiences. You want to introduce them to people who can help them grow, role models, people that can inspire them. So one example of expanding their horizons and connecting them to new opportunities is as they grow up to be older, 10, 11, 12, 13. You know, we're used to holding them by the hand, but it's not always healthy to do that. For example, you could drive by and ask the kids, step out of the car, go buy me some milk. I'll wait. This teaches them responsibility, the value of money, the value of being accountable, the value of being patient. They're standing in line. It's not always everything is in the fridge, everything is available at home. They need to have responsibility. So as a parent, you can challenge them in different ways. Challenge them in ways that could help them become more independent adults, and it is healthy for their development. So I want to give you a rundown of what they are. The 5 key principles by Surge Institute are: express care, challenge growth, provide support, share power, and expand possibilities. Yes, we in parents are in charge. However, we want to have nurturing, pleasant, positive relationships thriving relationships with our children. And we can do it no matter how old our children are. Even if your children right now are adolescents and you haven't done these key principles, you can start now. Right now, you could start fresh and new, and the relationship could be revived and rejuvenated at any stage and age. Leah Abramov, Being and Becoming, awakening awareness of your greatness and potential.